Hello everybody and welcome back to another reading wrap up. We are doing my June monthly reading wrap up. Now the thing is, I completely forgot how to do this video. I never recorded my reactions after finishing everything because I'm a loser, so I'm really sorry about that. But I am just gonna do like a classic sit down while I'm standing up, telling you all the books that I read this month. It's gonna be a slay no matter what. So the first book, I actually read this on the last day of May, but it was kind of too late to put in my May wrap up, so I'm just gonna throw it in here. I read After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is about a girl named Lauren, and her partner are kind of having a really hard time. They're like not really in love with each other, so they decided to kind of take a year away from their relationship. We really get to go in like Lauren's life and really see like who she is outside of this 10-year relationship. I like this book because I feel like it was like a talk of being your own person outside of a relationship, but also having that relationship be so much more and also adding to your life as well and not taking away. And I just really liked it. I did end up giving it 4 stars. I did enjoy it. It was just a nice book to read. The next book I read was Carrie, Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. And this is like in the world of like Daisy Jones and the Six and Malibu Rising. This is kind of a continuation of that little world. And this one is about Carrie Soto, who is a world famous tennis player. She is retired and she is watching somebody about to beat her record for like the most Grand Slams, and she cannot stand for it. So she comes out of retirement to claim her title again. This book is very tennis focused. I didn't know much about tennis, and this book was tennis to a T. Either Taylor Jenkins Reid really loves tennis, or she used to play tennis or something, or she did a lot of research about it because it's very tennis forward. Like, I've learned so much about it. This one I didn't love, which made me really sad because I liked the story, don't get me wrong, and this was written very well. I just don't really love Carrie. Like, she's supposed to have this strong personality and that's just who she is. To me, she low-key felt like an anti-hero for some reason. Like, she gave anti-hero vibes. Like, there was times like she did shit that was so wrong and I'm like, why did you do that? Or she said stuff that I'm like, why would you say that? Her personality was just very strong and I honestly just didn't love it. I think you can be an independent, strong, powerful woman without being an asshole. I know a lot of people love this book. I don't know, there's something about it. Like, I tapped it a lot, but there was something about this book that I just didn't like love. I still give this 4 stars. Looking back, maybe I would give it more like 3.5 stars. It was still well written. The story flows obviously very well. Probably my least favorite TJR book, unfortunately. That's my piece on that. Then I read a short story by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and that was Evidence of the Affair. Basically, this woman finds out that her husband is having an affair with this other man's wife. So she emails that man and is like, hey, I found evidence and proof of these letters that my husband is having an affair with your wife. Oh my gosh, for this, I've never, like I said, I don't really read short stories, but I've been reading a lot more of them recently because they're actually really good. Who would have thought? I just really enjoyed this one. It was so good. Honestly, there was like a twist at the end and I was like, what? It was really good. I gave the short story 4 stars. It was so good. Oh my god. Then I read One True Love by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Can you see what video that I filmed? Haha. It's coming out this week, so don't worry, you'll see it soon. I finally read One True Love by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So this book is about this woman and her husband is in a plane crash, and so she thinks he passed away in that plane crash. So then a couple of years later, she is newly engaged to this new guy, and then she finds out that her husband that she thought passed away in this plane crash actually survived it and is coming back home. She's got her husband and her new fiance. Like, who does she stay with? Who does she let go? It's a mess. I enjoyed. Don't get me wrong, I really liked this book, but I knew who she was gonna choose. Like, I just knew who she was gonna choose just by like what was happening. But I really did enjoy this book. I like how it kind of goes into the background of each couple, like who she is with her husband versus who she is with her fiance in that relationship, and it'll tell like the background of both of them, and then it'll tell about the present. I really liked that. I thought that was like, you could get invested into both of them as couples, you know? And I liked the conversation behind it. Can you have more than one true love? Can you have multiple loves of your life? I gave it 4 stars. Still really good. Loved it. That's that. So the next book that I read was Happy Place by Emily Henry. I was so excited about this book. This is Emily Henry's new release. This is about a girl named Harriet, and for the summer she is going to Maine with her college friends. Well, her ex-fiance is also part of their friend group, and he's also there. And the thing is, they broke up and their friends don't know about that. So they are trying to like pretend that they are together so they are not ruining the weekend. This book was really relatable. Like, when you become an adult, like I heavily related to this book. I think a lot of the conversations about relationships and friendships, the communication between those relationships and friendships, I just really liked it. I felt like it was really deep. It felt different than other Emily Henry books, and I just thoroughly enjoyed it. And Harriet was a very relatable character to me. I was like, I saw myself a lot in her, and I was like, okay, this kind of hurt. This book was just so fantastic. It was so good. I gave this book 5 stars. Probably my favorite Emily Henry book, I think. I don't know. I've been thinking about it, and I think it might be my favorite book so far. It's so good. So the next book I have is The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King by Carissa Broadbent. This is the second book of the Crown of Nixia. No, I don't know. This one is the continuation of Araya and Rain's story. This book was good. I did enjoy it. I don't think I loved it as much as the first one. I still loved it, don't get me wrong. I still thoroughly enjoyed it. I ate it up. Yeah, I remember. I was like, wait, what happened in the second book? I don't remember. I do remember. Silly me. I don't have much else to say. I think I gave it 4.5 stars. The last book that I read in June was Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. This is about a girl named Alexis, and her car has kind of broke down in this small town, and this guy decides to help her out. His name is Daniel. They like kind of get to know each other. They like hang out a little bit at this cafe, and then all of a sudden they're having a one-night stand together. Scandalous. I think I liked it. Why I'm saying like I think I liked it is because there were times in this book I genuinely was like kind of over it, but I think that was because I'm like kind of over romance right now. Like I just don't really care about it. It's definitely not my favorite romance. I can appreciate it, that it's very well written, and I would definitely read the second book, Yours Truly, about Bree. I loved Bree. The one thing I didn't love about it is that it's constantly mentioned that she is older than him, so it's an age gap romance. He is 28 and she's 38, I think, and I just don't know why that was mentioned so much. It was just kind of annoying. For me, at least, I felt like it was really annoying. I was like, okay, we get it. Like, she's older than him. Another part of that I didn't love, I felt like it was a little too insta-lovey for me. Like, they have a one-night stand together, and then all of a sudden they're just so like, oh my god, I can't stop thinking about this other person. I hate that trope. Every time I've read a romance where characters have a one-night stand and then I can never stop thinking about them, I'm like, shut up. I'm gonna give you a trigger warning. There is a lot of abuse in this book. Like, it talks about abuse so much, physical, mental, and emotional, like all of it, which I did not know going in. So if you do not know that, there's a lot of like abuse talks in here, like a lot. Their main character is kind of getting abused, as well as like side characters are too. So just like FYI, it doesn't like really show it and more tells it than anything, but it does show it to some extent. I don't know, I keep thinking about this book being like, I did like it, but I also didn't love this couple. I gave this 4 stars, but thinking back about it, I think I might give it 3.5 because I just don't like absolutely love this book. So I might actually change it and give it 3.5. I said it, okay, I'm sorry. Those are all of the books that I read in June. I read a lot of books. I feel like it's a lot different standing here talking to you about books than me like periodically going through it all. This felt like a lot. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye!